streets of St. Petersburg, Florida. Unfortunately, it is for the 23-year-old New Zealander, Marcus Armstrong, in the Ridgeline Lubricants Honda. This is what happened. Watch the green car.
Turn 10, just a little hot on the brakes, locks the left front. He thinks about trying to maybe take the overshoot, and he's like, I can make the corner, and he just runs out of room. New this year is the conveyor belt wrap on those tires. It did a good job producing a glancing blow for Armstrong, but unfortunately that contact is too much. It chews up the right front, and then the banner at the top up. That's Colin Brown, the Dale Coyne racing car, and that looks like quite a bit of excess fuel flowing onto the side pod in the right rear.
But just as we see Linus Lundqvist in the tires at turn 10.
The American Legion car. This is the turn that brought his teammate Marcus Armstrong to grief and out of the race, and we're under full course caution.
And this is why you had to pit as soon as Alex Rossi
and Linus Lundqvist. Is there contact with Romain Grosjean? There sure is. The Honko's hauling a Chevy.
And we're ready to go. 10 laps or 20 minutes, whichever comes first. Felix Rosenqvist and Scott McLaughlin, they make up the front row. And we see green in the first non-points race in IndyCar since 2008. And there's a crash already. It's the Honko's hauling a Chevrolet, and they hit Rinus VeeKay.
Looks like Will Power involved there as well.
I was just going to say,
damage to the car, though.
I was just going to say, Will Power is one that seems more than anyone to explore the limit and go slightly beyond them in practice.
Okay there, bud.
And it looks like
usually with no damage.
Right. Same corner that he had. That's going to be one that Will's going to look at and be frustrated about, because for a driver to make a mistake in the same corner twice in the same session, both with consequences in terms of damage, that's pretty rare at this level, pretty rare from a guy. Mindset here, if you think it's going to go green, get that gap as big as possible.
Oh, Christian Rasmussen, heavy into the wall. That looks like the exit of turn 4, maybe.
Yeah, I think it is, guys. We've seen a lot of drivers clip the exit of turn 4, never with these consequences, though.
Yeah, it broke mid-corner there.
That's a very bizarre. He said it just broke, and I think he means something in the car.
I think the left rear suspension looks like the...
I wonder if he clipped a wall maybe earlier in the lap.
It's a good point.
I don't see any mark on the tire, though. I didn't see that, but that was a very, very quick turnaround, and Jack Harvey, just an innocent victim there, nowhere to go, and significant damage to the Dale Coyne. Colton Herta trying to capitalize on the racing beside him, his teammate Marcus Ericsson, excuse me.
Oh, contact for Colton Herta. That is Santino Ferrucci getting really dirty up the inside.
You do not see contact in turn 1 at Barber. Oh, boy.
You can tell that Colton got hit and was taking none of it as Pato Award his off the track. I think that's in turn 5 at the exit. He finds the grass cleverly to avoid getting stuck in the gravel, but that's a disaster for Award.
Are saving a little bit, Marty.
Yeah, the top 3 are thinking, oh, and a big wreck, look at that.
Pietro Fittipaldi in the MyJack Honda. He says, somebody took me out, completely took me out.
Alexander Rossi is stopped on track. He just left the pits, and he is missing his left rear, Kev.
Yeah, he just came in just a moment ago. They were trying to do anything they can to get off strategy. They needed a caution. So costly error for the 17.
Chances are
Tire's not on.
Gain as much time as they can on the field, then they'll come to pit road.
And Marty, the only way they're going to be able to make that work is when the leader's pit is going fast. But this now happens. Stingray Rob in turn 1 in the AJ Foyt car is heavy into the barriers.
Yeah, I think my steering wheel broke.
He had an incident lap 1, turn
Radio
1.
after this one.
Watch this. Oh, we got sideways, straight across, and straight in. But we have heard from Stingray Rob. That's a positive. And that calming voice for Lundqvist was with Scott Dixon for some 20 years. This is what happened. It's Canapino on the inside is going to hit the young rookie.
And that's a shame for Canapino, who was having a pretty decent race today, because that's going to be a pretty easy call, I think, once again, James, for race control, right front and the left rear of Rasmussen.
So that blue and orange car.
Whoa! Rasmussen! Around he goes. Great avoidance from four other cars and drivers.
Oh, are we going to have a
wow.
caution with 5 to go? Engine dead
there
stick.
It is. There it is.
Oh, boy.
Teammates going at it here. This is Alexander Rossi ahead of Pato. Oh, what, and a big crash! That's Linus Lundqvist into the wall. The rookie finds out the hard way how the Speedway bites on this Thursday practice session. Oh, boy. Replay, look to the lower side of your screen. Wow.
That could have been a lot worse, actually, Diff. He managed to hang on to that thing in a slide a lot longer than you normally do. And then to not have the car hook back to the inside wall. He just lost the rear of the car pretty early on.
Some information that he can take from some different teams. Oh, car in the wall in turn 4. That's one of the Andretti cars. Marcus Ericsson, big time crash.
And he might catch the attenuator. Oh, 3 impacts outside of turn 4, inside of turn 4, and then the attenuator, massive shunt for the number 28.
Okay.
Great news there. I hear Marcus saying he is okay. That was a huge collision there at the exit of turn 4, left side first, completely flattened that number 28 Honda.
We talked about turn 4, just gets down onto that curb. It upset the car just a tiny bit, and by the time he caught it, he was out in the gray, nothing he could do, hands off the wheel. Oh. Every one of those impacts just sucks.
You okay, bud? You okay? Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, it's such a small thing. You're so focused on the car in front. You are trying to keep your car low to make sure you can get a little bit of clean air on the left side of your front wing, trying to get a little bit more front grip. And if you get the tiniest bit too low, that can be the result.
One of the rookies, here's Nolan Siegel back out on track. We saw him earlier, but he aborted that run pretty early after just one lap, Hinch. So now let's get back into it again.
Yeah, you want to try to build your driver's confidence up on Fast Friday. Young driver from California making his first.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Up and over for Nolan Siegel.
Just as I was saying, you want to build confidence up.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm
Turns
all right.
into 2. Man, it just.
Uh-oh. And over. Up and over on the side.
Yeah, it's a late snap, T-Bell.
It is.
That's a very late snap. It's a bit of a peculiar one, to be honest. Everything doing its job, though. The air time that thing got. Wow. But the wall keeping the car out of the fence.
I didn't see those flaps release.
Yeah. Harry Hart's 6 races, average start of 2.5, 2.5.
Oh, no, Rinus VK.
Back in, got away, sliding across the track into the safer barrier. And a hot lap going through that corner.
Yeah, fine.
And the left side of that race car is destroyed.
Head understeer. Previous lap.
Understeer on the previous lap. So.
Yeah, big wiggle, got the correction, and then just a bit of the tank slapper there.
And we don't see that happen very often in turn 3.
No, you don't.
Looks a lot like what happened to rookie Nolan Siegel yesterday loose in the middle, catches it, and then walks up the track to where the grip drops off dramatically and then turns around. This will tell us a lot.
Sure will. It's got to be. It's got to be at least 230 miles an hour, and it's not. It's 229.288. That is not enough.
Oh!
Nolan Siegel, and he hits the wall.
Oh, this is going to be a big one.
It's over for Nolan Siegel. He tried, but it has ended in a very abrupt way. Nolan Siegel is out.
Fine. It was loose-ish.
And will not race the Indy 500.
Loose in the middle. And then he walks it up the track, clips the wall, breaks the right rear toe link, and at that point, James, there's no way to control the race car.
Yeah,
it's steering itself.
He's just opening his hands to try to stop it from spinning all the way around. Does a good job to keep it straight, try to bleed off some of the speed.
Stripes goes right to P4. Ferrucci's on the hunt with the 3 Penske's leading.
Further back, I think the blue and orange car of Scott Dixon. Oh, we got a crash at the back.
That's Marcus Ericsson. Around goes Pietro Fittipaldi.
And I believe is that Catherine?
Tom
no, 66.
The Meyershank Racing rookie. There's Eriksson, car destroyed, banging the steering wheel. His Indy 500 probably over.
The guy who almost won back-to-back in 22 and 23 is out of the race, and so too is the rookie Tom Blomqvist.
Clean air on board here with Marcus Ericsson. What happened? Oh, Blomqvist lost it down low.
Spin in front, get right. Damn it.
And guys, the irony is that this is exactly the same mistake that took Marcus Ericsson out on qualifying practice. Tom Blomqvist in the 66 get his left front tire on the rumble strip. It unweighted the car, it sent him backwards.
Great move from Felix on board now with Palou Award. That's Palou in front, and Linus Lundqvist in the wall. The caution is out.
It's another rookie.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. And that is in turn 2, guys. He ended in turn 2, very similar to where he ended that practice crash. I think it started a lot earlier.
And I don't know if it's the 4-hour delay, guys, but it is too aggro right now. Way too gnarly for 28 laps in.
Yeah. Keep your eye on the American Legion Honda of Linus Lundqvist. Whoa, he went right on the inside, lost control. It was an ambitious move. To see. Oh, no, big crash, and it's Colton Herta. Herta and the Gainbridge Honda is out. What happened to one of the pre-race favorites who was running in second place and looking great?
We're in the wall, guys.
James, I don't know what happened. It sounded a little weird, almost like the driveline locked up a bit. It was a weird loose sound. But I'll go back. He didn't hit anything on all 4 corners. Maybe the left front a little bit.
Maybe, but you could do it. You could do a steering arm or something like that. But he had a huge save, kind of reminiscent of that testing spin when he was having to avoid Will Power. No, I don't think the left front even touched.
Did.
I think it's just a nose
from the lead. Let's see if that clutch issue bothers him this time. Maybe because a teammate, Joseph Newgarden, leaps him here on pit road. Oh, and a problem on pit road.
Yeah, the Guy Care Chevy of Ed Carpenter, the owner-driver. What has happened? Check it out. Oh, Callum Eilert got shoved into his pit box. They had to push him out of the way. Oh, it's Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Broken steering arm on the right or the left front.
Great job to keep that car down and not spear back onto the racetrack into the path of oncoming cars, T-Bell.
You can see it out.
Oh. What was the fade? Was that Dixon?
It was Scott Dixon.
Yeesh.
Whoa.
And then a 360-degree spin through the grass in front of traffic at over 200 miles an hour.
McLaughlin back to the front.
Ferrucci on the outside of Rossi as well. We got cars high. We got a spin.
Andretti, Marco Andretti.
Oh,
just
Andretti
the
Global.
wall.
Andretti Global has had Marcus Ericsson, Marco Andretti, now
Colton Herta.
And Colton Herta, plus the Kyle Kirkwood drive-through penalty as Michael Andretti and his father Mario just starts walking around on him super early. He gets into effectively a tank slapper, if you've ever had that on a motorcycle, and he just keeps chasing it, and then finally has to lock it down here on the, I mean, that is
Big
like...
one for Will Power. It's over for the Verizon Chevy.
It's a huge one for Will Power.
And that's not what Scott Dixon wanted to see. It allows the field that needed to stretch fuel to catch up.
On the outside of Christian Rasmussen.
Inside. Clear low.
Just got high, got loose.
Turn 3, this is a tricky corner. Herta's got the inside, that's the preferential line. Oh, and Will Power gets tagged.
By who? Santino Ferrucci, and it leads to a 4-car stack-up. Palou Award, Alexander Rossi.
Power's in that red and white car.
Oh, Power got the back stepped out a little bit. Oh, he got hit by Palou Award?
No,
or is that
Pourchaire.
Pourchaire?
Pourchaire stuck in the middle of a 3-wide battle. You see that's the orange and black car. Middle of your screen there. Is that Lundgaard trying to go down the inside, creates a bit of a bottleneck.
Pourchaire had nowhere to go. He had
Santino Ferrucci, Elio Castro Neves, and then the rookie Kiffin Simpson at the back in the blue and yellow car has nowhere to go. Watch this. Guess who didn't? Guess who didn't? Lundgaard stayed out. Here's Palou. Kevin. Uh-oh.
But still difficult for a car on the wet tires. Elio Castro Neves. And you can see who's on what tire right there.
What's the exit of this turn going to be like? Power on the inside. Oh, and hits VK.
I think Power almost got backwards. VK is the one that turns around. Question is, did he stall?
His failure.
This is how it went down from Will Power's point of view.
They go 3 wide, Power up the inside. Actually, initially I thought that was Power's fault, but Rinus VK came arcing across the bow of Power, so I don't put that on Power at all.
Colton Herta, the yellow, white, and black car on the inside of Palou, and then takes himself out of it. Oh my goodness, almost hit Vautier. That's frustration boiling over.
I don't think Colton Herta needed to do that as fast as his race car was.
So this was turn 4. Can't make it too wide through there. Then on the gas. Hits the brakes, just had no grip.
I mean, Vautier, what a brilliant job avoiding massive contact. I'm really impressed he saw that coming. This guy hasn't raced in IndyCar for 8 years.
Drives him a little long. Oh, big contact. Lundgaard and Grosjean smash each other in turn 3.
Lundgaard's pinning Grosjean.
Okay, but I need to restart this week.
Oh, Lundgaard trying to reverse off the pin move.
Restart it, please.
Where it has been a bit of a crash fest. Watch this. Christian Lundgaard into Romain Grosjean, and the Root Honda there closest to us on camera. Marcus Armstrong had nowhere to go, and his teammate, Linus.
Well, there we go. Stingray Rob into the tires. I don't know if that's going to be a penalty or not. Got pretty far.
On the other hand, he's going to try to make some moves, get that lap back, and hope for a yellow.
Oh, around goes Joseph Newgarden. Spins and blocks the track for Alex Palou.
Championship leader stopped on the racetrack. The caution is out once again.
Watch again what happened.
Watch again. 5th coming into this as Newgarden simply gets into the back of Kyle Kirkwood. And so
the Milwaukee race back in 2014 and did a promotional event with Will Buxton. Oh, we got a car in the wall. That's the 77 of Romain Grosjean. And that looks like it might be... Trying to see where that is. Guys, I hate to say it, I think it might be the final turn.
So while they prepare a car for a new driver back in the tents, they have a little bit of repair.
Let's take a look at what happened on the brakes. Turning, just got in hot. Understeered right into the wall. You can see the car's just almost skipping across the gravel, not really slowing down much, but luckily the tire barrier's doing their job.
Newgarden, massive hit. Where's that? The kink?
That is huge. That PPG Chevy. Look at the right side of it.
We had just talked about that water that might linger in the exit curb, and I had said that nobody had really gone for it yet. Nobody had trusted it enough.
The Indy 500 winner.
Yeah. Drop the wheel.
Exit of the carousel. Here's the kink.
Oh, is that an entry?
Oh my goodness.
Wow. And guys, you can see there's safer barrier right there because of this kind of accident. Had that just been straight concrete, it would have been even harder. Let's ride on board. Watch the left side tires.
And that is almost certainly a chassis completely destroyed. Massive
Strong in the green
impact.
car, tucks in behind, and here around the outside comes Kyle Kirkwood. Oh no! Linus Lundqvist has spun, and so too is Armstrong.
I believe Marcus Armstrong in that green Ridgeline Honda, teammates to Linus Lundqvist. I think
Oh, he did hit him.
Now, in fairness to Armstrong, Lundqvist did have a pretty big wiggle at the apex. The back of his car stepped out, and I think that probably surprised Marcus Armstrong. We'll see from another angle here. And then further back, Colton Herta with nowhere to go.
And who was that went off there on the side there?
Certainly go to race control for review.
It's
Yeah,
a
look
hot
at Kiffin
spot.
Simpson, guys, just crashed over in Canada corner.
Whoa.
Big off.
He's had one of his best weekends in his young IndyCar career, but it's all come to a crunching halt. They
Sure
most
does.
certainly do.
Overly aggressive moves all race long so far from Rasmussen.
So how hard does Kiffin Simpson get into the wall or the tire barrier? Unfortunately, that's concrete. That's a big hit. That's going to, oh yeah, he's done. I didn't see the left front got all torn up.
So did the left rear. Yeah, defensive line there from Kiffin. He's got every right to do it. Absolutely a penalty. That's a lot of damage.
Contact.
So turn 10 we're hearing, same place that Will Power went off.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You see the tire barrier completely removed from the wall there. They said it was one of the quickest corners on the racetrack that big. Oh, just a bit of a tank slapper overcorrection mid-corner. Him have an off-track excursion right there in turn 10. Made it back on track, but running down in 17th. Let's take a look back at what happened to the driver of the 28. Just big oversteer right at turn into turn 10. It's so banked there.
Whoa!
Joseph Newgarden was diving into pit lane to serve up.
And frankly, it's thrown them for a loop. So for them to have this kind of pace as we see a big crash.
51. Giotto off heavy.
Is okay, but let's see the replay here.
Oh, he just got loose.
Lost it early. Maybe even dropped a wheel on the.
Making those sticker blacks work as someone's off. Is
Siegel.
that Siegel?
I think that was Nolan Siegel, yeah, the number 6.
Exited turn 2. Just spins up the rears, and then the right rear falls off the exit curb to the Monterey dirt. No traction out there.
Just like that. For Palou is a 1:10.8 for Herta.
So let's see where Pietro Fittipaldi sits. Does he get the car back before the transponder? It doesn't look like he will, James. He just passed the line, and we just heard from race control. This is such a crucial hit for Pietro Fittipaldi. He will have to come.
Plunger said at the start of the day, used reds are not an option for us. That was their only option, so used blacks it is.
Oh, and Palou just barely got in ahead of what might be a caution, but he's already safe. He's exiting pit lane.
Where's Colton Herta relative to Roman Grosjean? Because Grosjean just made his final stop as Stingray Rob continues.
James Hinchcliffe, Townsend Bell with us as well. And Christian Lundgaard with a little hip check, and that is going to send Marcus, was that Marcus Armstrong in the wall?
He just pulled out in front of a car at huge speed. That could have been disaster.
Coming through.
Lundgaard gets into the inside there. Armstrong, I thought, was in the fence here, but then looped it back across. I don't know who
Auto Nation car might have to save a little bit as well, as Scott McLaughlin is coming through, and that's on his teammate, and he's around. Contact with Power, and Grosjean has to right the way, or make that McLaughlin has to right the way after the contact.
Crucially, was the fact that Herta's got 55.
Oh, and this will be another yellow. Big front impact. The driver on the right, that's Kiffin Simpson on the left. But somebody square into the concrete as we look at the back of the car, the Mobile One.
Take a look here. So it started with Kiffin Simpson just going a little bit wide, hooking to driver's left, right across the traffic. Rahal nowhere to go. He was so close. He avoided that incident with Armstrong earlier.
Oh,
Eriksson.
Eriksson with significant contact.
That's off of 4. backing it into the wall. You see his left front standing up in the air. That's the right rear that's hit. You see the wing broken. Oh, man. Tough break. Now let's listen here to 3 and 4. Oh, my God. Right at turn in.
Well, my first thought was there any chance that it's just the rear wing and something.
We're racing into the night here in Iowa. Alex Palou pounces on the inside of McLaughlin. McLaughlin goes on the high side.
Big question coming in tonight is who's going to go to the high side. The answer is 3 cars crashing at the back, including, it looks like Roman Grosjean in the 77. One of the Meyer Shank cars. Oh, that's David Malukas in the 66.
Oh boy.
And the sponsored car for the race, Hy-Vee. So that's Joseph Newgarden, the red and white car, and below Malukas on his own, loses the back end.
Just got the left sides, James, over that white line. They call it the hinge point.
Grosjean hit his teammate and Malukas.
First, if he can get some clean.
Oh, no!
Evan, Alex Palou, the championship leader.
And that is terrible for Colton Herta. That's going to put him a lap down. And for Palou to lose it is a real surprise. We don't know what happened.
This is highly uncharacteristic. Massive championship implications. He's there, but what happened? Loses it by himself.
So late in the corner, T-Bell. That's a bizarre one.
Very strange. That was just power down, and unfortunately, when he locked the brake pedals down, he was on a vector towards the wall. If he could have locked it down right there earlier, look at that view as pit lane sees the spinning Alex Palou.
And by this point, the leaders have gone by.
But the 43-year-old Australian is about to get win number 43. Will Power victorious for the first time at Iowa Speedway. From 22nd on the grid, and Stingray Rob is upside down. Massive crash at the end of this race. Rossi, Ed Carpenter, and Kyle Kirkwood.
Heading into the back straight, all sorts of chaos. Thank goodness for the aero screen.
I think so.
But I think Kyle Kirkwood's pinned in there. The left rear of Ed Carpenter is in a very awkward position on the air hose for Kyle Kirkwood. He's moving in the cockpit, but he needs to chill here and wait for the safety team to help.
From where he's sitting, I don't think he can see that tire is right above his head. He can't look up. AMR safety team quickly on the scene. It's so hot. As soon as you stop moving, it is so hot in those cars when there's no air. Kyle just desperate to get out.
With the AMR safety team. This is what happened. This is our first look at it. Wow.
Did Rossi run out of gas?
Oh,
my gosh.
Air time.
Wow.
For Stingray Rob. Yeah, something clearly wrong with the 7 of Alex Rossi. Slow off of 2.
Then these are just cars that were reacting because Rossi would have been spinning across the track. And I'm sure Kyle Kirkwood and Ed Carpenter. Here's another angle.
I mean, yeah, Edge is losing it on his own. Same with Kyle Kirkwood, just getting on the brakes. When you see an IndyCar in the air upright like that, you tend to react in ways that might not be normal for if you see a car spinning or something like that. So both of those guys just caught off guard, maybe getting on the brakes a little bit too hard and spinning themselves.
Good enough.
Oh, Rossi, turn 8.
And that front left is wadded up.
No, that's not going anywhere in a hurry. That's an unfortunate incident there. This guy was very quick in that first part of practice. As we see the red flag come out, this is something we're used to seeing when the time. That was strange. He was in a little hot, but it's like once he got offline, there was just no grip at all. The car didn't turn. We've seen a bunch of drivers lock up already.
Yes, we already have. Oh no.
That's Toby Sowery?
No, it's Hunter McElroy, the 18 Dale Coyne car. And
Can you reverse out of it? Let's see if we can get reversed.
that is a disaster. You see, he's already gone to the softer alternate green.
Here's a replay of what happened to Toby. I mean, it looks almost inch for inch what we saw from Lundqvist yesterday.
So orange and white car was pushing hard on the start.
Get it started there, Russ. Get it started.
Christian Rasmussen.
My right front is completely bent in. I won't be able to get back.
So we can't see it perfectly clear. And
Now,
actually,
Santino,
I was guessing Ferrucci had the bigger damage, but maybe it's just the nose cone.
the question is, did the right front, things get kind of jacked up there, and then Ferrucci ends up 3 wide to the inside of Palou Award and loops it.
It was Marcus Ericsson, I think, on the inside of Rasmussen. You see the defending race winner, Lundgaard, trying to go on the outside. He was the one that nearly made it 5 wide. Armstrong, one of the JHR cars, and then you see Marcus Ericsson there get into Rasmussen and just clips the left front of the wall.
And as Rasmussen was getting into the wall, Lundgaard swerved right, and that's what pushed Ferrucci
with Marcus
off
Armstrong
of
side by side with Power. Sorry, Dixon now in the wall.
Is that Canapino or Grosjean? It's Canapino in the 78, side by side with, I believe, Scott Dixon. Scott Dixon, was there any con? Yes, there was. So Canapino turned in to the right rear of Scott Dixon and just bounced enough to send him on his way right here. Those screens.
It's shot. So this is a net third on track. Oh, we have a car in the wall. Linus Lundqvist, he's backed all the way out of it. If he can fire it up, that's one of the features of this hybrid. Théo Pourchaire involved in this as well. It's a very uphill section of racetrack. You see the 7 rolling backwards.
Who, by the way, is trying
to the pit lane.
An allocation. Meanwhile, Herta and Kirkwood comfortably juiced up as the yellow's going to come out here for Kiffin Simpson.
Who was just saying that a yellow could make this game on?
It's not my fault. Andretti Global, it's not my fault. I don't have that control.
The question is, did Kiffin Simpson get his hand off the wheel in time to not suffer the same injury? Look at the left hand here. Still on, still on. We can't see it there. Hopefully he did a great job there on those used greens. Well used as Palou Award sideways, and Marcus Ericsson. Oh boy! Oh my goodness! Santino Ferrucci launches inverted.
And just about a third of the field has been collected. The big one here on the streets of Toronto, and Ferrucci is upside down.
Okay.
And you hear the words. Ferrucci says he's okay.
Eerily similar to his teammate Stingray Rob, with the same kind of launch.
So let's see. We know that it starts with Palou Award, who just gets in a little wide, a little hot, spins around. Ericsson locks up, nowhere to go.
I think that was Pietro got into Palou Award first.
I believe you're right.
Then Nolan Siegel.
Ferrucci seemingly having nowhere to go. Let's see again this incredible angle.
And watch Palou, the championship leader, just barely gets by there. And he has to hang on to it. There was a big wiggle. Who clipped
Ericsson.
him?
I think this is Pietro
That's
Fittipaldi
Pietro.
in the hub car, and then Ferrucci.
And then Pourchaire
Wow.
hits his teammates.
Fencing did a great job keeping
Really
that car
did.
inside the track. Coming right back to where it should. Nolan Siegel,
That was
big
Siegel.
contact as
Yeah.
well.
Pourchaire got through. That was Siegel.
Yeah.
Is all right here. This was some massive hits as his car sat stationary.
Oh my goodness, that is such a terrible feeling. It actually fired the car back up. He bump started the car inadvertently. Just sitting there and having all those multiple impacts.
He's basically just sitting as a launch ramp.
Well, I was going to say the angle of the car, right? The front of the car angled down like that.
David
It was
Malukas, and now
McLaughlin's in the wall.
And contact with Rinus VK, it looked like, in another car. And this could be another full course caution.
If he can't fire that thing up, it is probably pretty damaged.
Yeah.
We see it there. Full course caution on
Side
the
by
board.
side through four.
Joseph
Malukas
Newgarden got ahead.
Oh. Who was that? Was that
Will
his teammate
Power.
or was that? That was Will Power up the inside. Yes, it was. On board here. Let's watch this.
We've seen Power make this move before today. Just completely locked the rear tires, had to correct out of it.
So you got Newgarden with the puncture, McLaughlin's out. Power might get a drive-through.
on the season, looking to get one on the oval. It is going to be tight. 179.9 is the first lap, and he's going around. Cold Herta is in the wall.
A completely square hit with the back of the car, all 4 wheels still pointing straight. Right hand side of the right front of the car, trying to take some front grip away. Oh man, he just kept that slide going for so long. Hands off the wheel, completely square on the back of the car. Gets off the brakes there, which is pretty key in that moment. I don't even think the right rear tire touched the wall at all. Let's see if he gets onto the curb with the left front.
Turn 2.
Catherine Legg and Ed Carpenter. Rear wing damage to the number 20 of Ed Carpenter.
And this might be a blessing in disguise for Romain Grosjean. That hit with Kirkwood, we heard a radio transmission saying, watch out for left rear.
Oh! Is that Daly or is that Grosjean?
It's Connor Daly. Making his debut with Hukos Hollinger Racing, his 11th IndyCar team, announced this week he is replacing Augustine Canapino.
I think we're okay. I don't know, though.
I think this is what led to the issue. Rinus VK getting crossed up, and then Grosjean gets into the back of Connor Daly.
Kirkwood gets in the back of Kirkwood, who gets into the back of Connor Daly. So bigger damage, I think, to the 27 and the 77 than actually the 78. Big hit.
Exit of 4.
This looks a lot like the damage to Colton Herta's car from qualifying, where maybe just the attenuator and rear wing.
Let's see what we caught from the Kiffin Simpson incident that led to this third caution.
Tough to tell. I mean, the back end just comes around in the middle of 3 and 4 in pretty aggressive fashion. I'm sure it was a big surprise.
McLaughlin clears. He's wiggling. Newgard's coming through. Can he hang on? No! Newgard going around.
That's what I was talking about. That light gray is so dangerous up high.
All clear behind, all clear behind.
What a save.
They only lost 2 positions, guys.
Going to be a fuel save involved.
Let's go back and take a look at what happened here with Joseph Newgarden. You can see all of the debris and marbles up high at the exit of turn 2, but miraculously, A, kept it off the fence, and B, look at how quickly IndyCar gets to a yellow flag situation to protect Joseph Newgarden.
And that was the move right there. He had to make an adjustment late in the corner with Alex Palou.
And look to the inside on Will Power. This could be effectively for the win. Side by side with Kevin. They touch. And he goes around. Heavy damage for David Malukas. Battling for Will Power for what might have been the win. And it ends in tears for Malukas.
And this, so Kirkwood comes down, takes a little bit of air away. It was tight.
I think Will Power really pinched David Malukas to the high side.
And knowing that he was going to have the dirty air from, I put that more on Power, to be honest.
Yep.
That's just situational awareness. You know that Malukas is going to pick up some understeer.
Is that enough for race control to lean in?
Low.
Newgarden really slow to bring him to speed. This is a crash with Rossi and Power.
In the back, you see Jack Harvey as well. Connor Daly gets some debris. This might cause a red flag, guys. This might cause a red flag. They don't want to finish this race under caution. You're not going to clean up 3 cars in 9 laps.
McLaughlin was right on his gearbox.
So yeah, I mean, did Rossi just miss time?
I don't know that Newgarden did anything wrong. It looked consistent. Speedway was slow, but it was consistent, and the green light came on.
Going late.
There was a speed adjustment there from Power, so you can't really put that all on Rossi either. We have to watch this a couple times from both cars.
It sounded like Power jumped and then had to get off it.
Just trying to roll green.
I want to watch Will's on board one more time because I'm with you. Again, it's not that. We see some moves now. That's on to Dixon into turn 7. Is that Kirkwood? We've seen this before, Townsend. Drivers getting pushed wide on the exit there. Dixon falling like a rock.
Massive penalty.
Contact.
This will be a big hit.
Dixon hard into the wall. One of the championship contenders is out and done.
Not sure who clipped Dixon, but it ripped the steering wheel out of his hand, if not broke the steering.
On the inside of 7, push a car wide. Everyone's trying to get around. It's 3 wide there. That's at the 30.
I'm sure Pietro had no idea that elevation was going to bounce him into Dixon. Race control will probably review that closely.
I think they're going to see it as probably a racing incident. And here's the thing, if he's a few inches further to driver's right, you don't line up the center of the tub on that curb. He probably gets away with that.
DHL Honda behind Will Power in the Verizon Chevy.
These two have opened a healthy
Oh,
gap.
contact down in turn one, seemingly at least a car backwards, as Pietro Fittipaldi and Connor Daly get together.
And guys, I don't think Pietro did the proper route through the chicanes in the runoff of the chicane, the barriers that race control puts up. Let's take a look at what happened here.
So Fittipaldi comes to the inside looking for the overtake. Is he there enough?
And to James's point, we'll get to that in a second, Pietro was supposed to make a hard left.
No, it's right front to left rear, fully locked up. What you're going to see from race control.
Grosjean, as Roman Grosjean is stalled.
What?
And backwards. Did he get help?
Brutal result after a great run going. These hybrid systems should technically allow you to restart, and that was, oh, he had it running.
He got that left rear kicker as he is able to restart his car. It comes right in front of Christian Rasmussen.
That was lazy. That was foolish to not look in your mirror and know what was coming when you're turning. He just did it again.
Just about got Toby Sowery there, I think.
Got the flat. He didn't get hit. He drove straight into the 20.
Yeah.
That's so he spins around and then just drives straight for the racing line.
What is that all about?
He should be nowhere near that curve. That's
totally agree.
100% on the 77. I feel bad for Rob. Looks like Catherine Legg off of 2. Still moving. I wonder if Joseph Newgarden did.
You're all good.
It does look like
Right
it's crabbing, though.
You make contact at all, Cap?
I did not. I kept it off the wall.
So here we are off of 2. Yeah, just get on the power. I mean, this is exactly what we saw happen to Newgarden. You're down low, you get on the power, and you got so much power in these Indy cars. So here we are off of 2. Yeah, just get on the power. I mean, this is exactly what we saw happen to Newgarden. You're down low, you get on the power, and you got so much power in these Indy cars. Down, you've got McLaughlin.
Side by side, Eriksson and Newgarden come together, and both are in the wall.
Both drivers had benefited so much.
You can't do that. That's not okay.
From that cycle, running second and third on the racetrack. Podium positions for both. Terminal damage.
Turn down on us. He didn't give us any room there.
That sounds like conflicting stories. The first
Look
was
at Newgarden
Straight into me. Yeah.
waving his index finger at Marcus Ericsson. These two drivers are having lots of sign language between each other as they face nose to nose, and the AMR safety team jump.
So wheel to wheel, everybody knows where everybody is. I mean, Eriksson's on the second lane. He didn't really come up. Oh, look at Palou once again. Just manages to avoid the incident. He was sideways on the brakes trying to avoid the accident right in front of him. And once
right
again,
behind.
Gets away with it. I got distracted from the actual accident. I was so impressed with Palou's save.
The force with which you hit me when you saw Palou miss that accident suggests you are hopeful for drama down the stretch, James. And these two poor guys, it's tough to place blame here, although I will say that Eriksson is on the inside and he had a full car width and a half to get to the yellow apron.
But yeah.
One back, little round here, looking inside.
So he's not fully side by side till there, and he's using that second lane.
Inside.
Oh man, it's a racing deal, but look, race control might put that on the 28 as the passing car. He did have more room to the left. Let's see this view.
Well, they can put it on the 28 all they want.
Still outside, just run him in. Still outside, still there.
But they're
still
both
there.
done for the day.
Second caution of the day. Two of the contenders are out in the first half of the Hy-Vee Milwaukee Mile 250. Scott McLaughlin in the blue Gallagher car on the outside. Keep an eye on power. Red, white, and black Verizon car, and there's no start.
Oh,
big crash! Power got through. Power got through.
Okay, go for it.
Joseph Newgarden out from pole position 2 days in a row for a start that was waved off.
Unbelievable.
I guess someone to get the message.
Newgarden said someone didn't get the message. They waved off the start. Did someone go from behind? Keep an eye on that number 8 car and Marcus Armstrong. The two Ganassis came together and got into Newgarden.
It was Linus Lundqvist.
And as Newgarden said, not everyone apparently got the message.
Linus Lundqvist in the blue and white machine got into the back of his teammate Armstrong in that orange number 11. That started the whole chain reaction. We mentioned Award barely getting around the spinning cars in front of him.
There was contact from Palou Award's left front wing. It was mild, but I can see tire marks on his left front wing right there. You can see we're under a little bit of Stingray Rob there in the Goodhart Chevy, the number 41 AJ Foyt car. We're on board with Kirkwood, but have a look at Stingray Rob up ahead. Big old snap, tank slapper off of turn 2. He's able to lock it down on the brakes and keep that thing out of the wall. That was really close to a big one.
Pretty similar to what we saw to the 51 of Catherine Legg.
Oh, here comes Santino Ferrucci again. 3 wide, a crash, Graham Rahal.
Hard into the wall for Rahal, spun all the way around 360 degrees.
I got absolutely drilled.
There is Rasmussen, the blue 20 that got in the back, but there are a lot of factors involved in this one. We'll sort it out and go racing again from Milwaukee. There are 3 lap cars up at the front. Second in line is Connor Daly. Many laps down. Linus Lundqvist is up there. Catherine Legg as well. So Scott Dixon has 1 car to navigate to be able to attack Rossi. Let's go again from the Milwaukee Mile. And Will Power is around.
Right,
He was in play to take the championship lead.
Go.
And he's made contact, but he may not be out.
He got it refired. That's huge.
Unbelievable. A spin on the restart. Very little contact. I don't think any damage on the nose of the number 12. Unreal. He had lost 2 spots on that last restart. He was running down in 6th.
What happens here? He just loses it on his own, mid-corner, accelerating there for the restart. Stays in the throttle to try to keep the car low off the wall and comes back around. Let's ride on board and listen.
Are you ready? 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 Go. Green. Careful. Just save it. On the brake. All right, go. You gotta keep it running. Go.
He knows he's got to keep it running.
Well, remember, there is no hybrid restart on ovals, so in road course.
Malukas there running 112 laps down in the middle of a podium fight as we got a yellow Stingray Rob in turn 2. Everybody would have to do it or else they won't get the drive around.
Take another look there at the Stingray Rob incident, just high.
With, I would say, limited success in the sense as we see a caution on the racetrack.
It's like the number 6 of Melvin Siegel has crashed in turn 4.
Really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. Just hit the bump. Totally out of nowhere. I'm sorry. Not what I was trying to do.
There were a
We're glad you're okay.
number of issues in this corner, Kevin,
that patch.
this morning.
You see the light gray patch there in the middle of 3 and 4.
It's a big hit.
The patch, it's a change of grip, it's a bump, and it can catch drivers out. Let's listen. I mean,
James, that's
not a whole lot a driver can do at that point, Townsend.
Kyle
Now
Kirkwood.
we see the pole sitter going around in the grass after contact. No right rear tire. No, it is on there.
Everybody stop the car in the grass there. Let them
But
come to
did
you.
it go down before he hit the 3?
Bump related or not? Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can see that the right rear almost wasn't moving.
But did the bump cause something to break on the suspension,
Yeah,
or did it happen just before? Is it just a coincidence that he's in that part of the track?
Oh,
Right at that car.
Sounds like a tire.
But did
We're in the
it?
wall, guys. Hang on.
that looks more almost like the suspension.
Now Kirkwood will have to do the job in the cockpit to make the adjustments as the caution is
Yellow,
out for the
got one on the
first
wall.
time. And oh no, we just talked about Rosenqvist.
Fresh off a contract extension, 2 more years at least with MSR. We see the 11 of Armstrong made it to pit lane before the yellow was thrown. That is crucial. You don't want to be in pit lane. Hopefully.
Tire blue.
Right front tire went down.
Wow.
clear down.
You heard him say it. Let's pit now. Let's pit now. Something with the left front tire.
I think
Did he
it
say
was the
come
right
loose?
front, James,
Right.
was going down. I believe he cut a
He's
right
moving on
front.
to Errol McLaren. And we see Catherine Legg going around and rolling through the grass, and the second caution has come out.
5-hour car, watch him make a move here.
Down low, nice and early.
Nothing wrong with that. Then he slides up and takes the air off of Catherine's front wing, and then she's up into the dirt, dust, and tire.